In this problem, what we're going to be looking at is oxidative state, the oxidation number, or the charge, and we're going to pick the phosphorus out of each one of these compounds. So to get started, we'll start at the top. So we want to find the charge of each individual phosphorus. So the charge of hydrogen is going to be +1, so this gives us a +2. The charge of each oxygen is -2, so we have seven of them, so this gives us a -14. Now this -2 charge is the charge of the entire ion, not just oxygen, it's the charge of the entire ion. So we have +2, -14. If we add the +2 and the -14 together, we get a -12. The total charge has to be -2, so we now have a -12, so that means that the charge of the phosphorus has to be 10, because 10 minus 12 gives us a -2. So that means that the charge of each phosphorus is going to be 5. Now, there's a way we can write this out mathematically. All right, we can do this mathematically. There's another way we can do this mathematically using algebra. So we know that the charge of each hydrogen is going to be +1. We have 2 of them, so we have 2. So this represents, the 2 represents the total charge of all the hydrogens. The phosphorus, we have 2x, because we do not know the charge of that phosphorus. Now we know that oxygen, each oxygen is going to be -2. We have 7 of them, so it becomes a -14. And the total overall charge of the ion is -2. All right. Now this becomes -12 plus 2x is equal to -2. We then move the 12 over to here, so we have 2x is equal to now 10. Or we can say that x is equal to 5, which is what we got right there. All right. Here we have a phosphorus and 4 hydrogens, which is it's a phosmonium ion is what it's called. And so the hydrogens are going to be +1. All right, so this is going to be +4. This is going to be +4, so this has to be -3. It has to be -3 in order for the entire ion to have a charge of +1. Now here, each chloride is going to be -1. We have 5 of them, so this is going to be -5. So this has to be +5. If this is -5, this is +5, and this is a neutral substance, then the phosphorus has to be 5. Here, what we have is we have that the hydrogens are +1. We have 3 of them, so this becomes +3. The oxygens are -2, so this becomes -8. So we have a +3, -8. This whole thing's neutral, so phosphorus has to be 5. Now, to see this one mathematically, we can write as 3 plus x minus 8 is equal to 0. So the 3 represents the charge of the hydrogens. The charge of the phosphorus we don't know, so we can write that as x. Charge of the oxygen is going to be -8 because the charge of them is -2. We have 4 of them. 4 times -2 is -8. This becomes x is equal to a -5 is equal to 0. Or we can say x is equal to 5, which is what we got there. If you have any questions on oxidation or any other substance or any other questions in this chapter, please let me know.